She just turned 4 last weekend, actually.
She's approaching a year. She was born 10 months ago.
Maddie, as we call her, is a year old. She just turned a year February 18th. So a year and like some change.
Harrison's due April 28th. So about exactly a month from this moment. But, you know, with the second one, they can come basically any time. So we're in the sort of danger zone, if you will, to be ready for it at all times, because it could happen right now.
It feels like yesterday. I can't believe how time flies. Everybody says that becomes a parent, but it really does fly by.
You didn't even have to finish that question, me. Like, that's my twin.
Oh, me for sure. So my wife has really dark hair and dark eyes. She's partially Hispanic, so she's got a little darker skin than I do. But our daughter is like a spitting image of me, which is funny because you would think the darker hair would be the more dominant gene maybe. But yeah, she is 100% my kid. There's no doubt about that.
I think it depends on the day. You know, babies change so much, day to day, month to month. Sometimes I see myself and sometimes I see my husband. And I think he sees the same things. And a lot of people will say, oh, she looks like your husband, oh, she looks like you. So I think sometimes people see what they want to see too.
But I honestly hope he looks like my wife. I think that would be cool to have two kids who look quite a bit different than each other. You know, but if they're a nice mix of the two of us, that would be great also. So, yeah.
Like, there she is. I mean, okay, my husband is fine, obviously. I mean, I would have married him if he wasn't fine, because it's not about looks. But Maddie looks like me, and if my husband sees this, yes, I'm throwing shade. He's a handsome fella, but she looks like me, of course. You know what? Funny thing. My husband, I'm originally from Atlanta. My husband is not. He's from Omaha, Nebraska. And my end game for my career was always to work in Atlanta because I'm from here and it's a great market. I grew up watching some of the greats like Brenda Wood. So my end game was always to come here. Well, my husband ended up getting a job here first, like in Atlanta, randomly. And I was 8 months pregnant. I was pretty much due, almost 9 months pregnant. And so he was like, babe, would you want to move to Atlanta? I know it's kind of like the end of the pregnancy almost. Would you want to move to Atlanta? I was like, yeah, I want to move to Atlanta. So during that maternity leave, I had my baby here in Atlanta. She's a peach like mommy, and she also looks like mommy. So it kind of all coincides. But I had my baby here and my family was here, like my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers. And so I really had that support system, which was great. And so, yeah, I mean, walking to the store or walking to the park, my family did the walking for me. I just kind of chilled out.
So I took like 2 weeks of vacation when Sydney was born. That's what I intend to do this time as well. Take a couple weeks off right when the baby is born, because that's sort of the crazy time, you know, you're learning how to adjust with the new baby. But I'll probably take some more time off this time, maybe later in the year. Just, you know, once family leaves and you're kind of settling into normal life again, I'm probably going to need to be at home for a little longer extended period of time.
I don't think I had any idea what it would be like. I asked a lot of friends, I asked colleagues, what is your advice for when you're out on maternity leave? A lot of them told me, focus on the priority, focus on the task at hand, which is your baby. Don't worry about work. Work will be there when you come back. That's what that was the overwhelming message I got. So I took that to heart and I really focused on my baby, and it was life-altering and wonderful and exhausting and wild, and I'm thankful I was able to take the 12 weeks.
But then I started at 11Alive when she was 4 months. Yeah, just like that.
I think stories involving kids impact you differently when you become a parent. I didn't know that was going to happen, but certainly when I see, you know, tragedies or things happening that you know, are terrible and they involve children, it certainly hits you differently because you're a parent and you know, you love your kids so much and you think about being in that situation. I think we have sort of a humanitarian feel for a lot of people that we deal with on a daily basis, and you see these terrible things happening and you think about being in their shoes, but when you're a parent, it just for whatever reason hits you a little bit differently.
I think I'm a sensitive person anyway. I'm kind of a sap, but now that I'm a mom, it's been heightened 15-20%. So it's been a couple of stories where I've done since being in Atlanta that involved children that were very difficult, because I look at it and I'm like, that could be my daughter. So there's even a heightened sense of sensitivity, because if I have to go up to a family member and talk about this daughter, I have a connection with them because I get it. I always say you're just one step away. And I know that sounds very, depressing, but one step away, something could happen, and it may not even be a parent's fault. And so I tread carefully, because like I said, I'm already a sensitive person, but now that I'm a mom, it's even more.
I think they always moved me, but they move me even more. I think that's only natural, whether you're a man or a woman. If you're a parent, I think you look at it through a different lens. And some stories, it blows me away when a child has to endure something he or she shouldn't. Having a child is truly, truly a gift. It's amazing. And so when I see a child who doesn't have the best of situations, it moves me more than it did prior to having my child.
If she wants to. And let me tell you something about Maddie. Maddie, Patty as we call her, can talk with the best of them. This little girl runs her mouth. From the moment that she opened her mouth, could she actually realize she had a voice at 2 months? I mean, she's been talking nonstop. She talks in her sleep. And 18 years from now, she's going to look at this. She's like, Mom, that's embarrassing. Why would you tell? But Maddie talks in her sleep and she laughs at herself. So if she wants to go into news, go for it. But if she wants to be a professional dancer, go for it. If she wants to be a construction worker, go for it. I just want her to know at the end of the day that she has our support, me and her father. She has her family behind her, pushing her and saying, you know what, you can do whatever you want. The sky's not the limit. It's a stepping stone.
I don't think so. No, I want her to pursue whatever it is she wants to pursue. Hopefully it's something where she learns a lot, like I get to learn all the time in my chosen field. I hope she finds her passion. That would be what would make me happy. But no, she doesn't have to pursue this.
I don't know if I'd call it the family trade, because my wife is a teacher. So, whatever they want to do is fine. Certainly I would prepare them for this and the oddities of this job and what to expect, because I don't think anybody can truly prepare you for the things you do in news that are different than a lot of other jobs. But if they want to, that's totally up to them. It's an honorable profession, and certainly I'd be happy if they did. So.
Right here. Maddie, Mommy loves you so much. You are the best thing that's happened to me. And I've had a lot of awesome things, but you top that. There's nothing that I would put before you. I'm so happy that you decided to choose me. You chose me as your mom. And I love you, and I love this adventure that we've had over the past year. You are an amazing daughter.
I don't think I can do that.
So certainly no matter what you do, we're always going to be very proud of you guys. But definitely you have to go to college, you have to get an education, and you have to do everything possible to try to have the best career that you can possibly have. And just my big word of advice, I don't think college kids think about this, but you have to think really long and hard about what you want to do someday and what's going to help you be the most successful, because this is not an easy world to live in and grow up in. So you certainly have to think long and hard about your decisions, and that may be tough for a college kid to do, but it's incredibly important.
And to Maddie, 18 years, girl, you're always in my wallet. Mommy's going broke because you're always asking for money, but it's okay. I'm proud that you chose to get a college education. I'm proud of the young woman that you've become. I'm proud of the woman that you're becoming, and hopefully whatever you choose to do after college, we love you for it. Whatever you choose to do, even now, we're proud of you.
Sydney and Harrison, Mommy and Daddy love you guys very much. We will always be here to protect you and surround you with love and support. And certainly whatever you want to do in life or whatever you want to do moving forward, we will support that. Only thing I ask is that maybe you give us a little break with the sleeping stuff occasionally and give us a few opportunities to get some sleep so we can come to work like I'm here at 11Alive right now and feel refreshed and ready for the day. But we certainly love you guys very much, and we'll always be here to support you in any way possible.
I would not emotionally be able to do that because it chokes me up. I'm actually in the process of writing a letter that I plan to finish by her first birthday. I will finish by your first birthday and seal it, and I want to give it to her when she's 18. I've also thought about writing it and not giving it to her until maybe she graduates from college or ready to, walk down the aisle. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't want to fast forward 18 years either.
Would you want Harrison to look more like you so that you have controlling power of the family?
No, because I'll never have controlling power of the family, no matter how hard I try. Even if the kids look like me, I'm not going to have the power.
Juliet's a baby.
She is a baby.
Young baby girl.
Beautiful baby girl.
I've met her. She did not smile at me. That's fine.
She likes to study people, and I appreciate that.
Okay. But she didn't even like give me the hint.
She didn't get a chance to know you. She truly does study people, get to know them, and then, like a lot of adults, will let down her guard. She's outgoing and smiley when she's with people she's comfortable with.
This might be inappropriate. Are you gonna take her to see Boss Baby? That movie without Bolt?
I actually thought it might be a fun date night, but I don't think I'll be taking her to see that.
Yes, she is my only daughter, my first child, so it was like an amazing experience. I love being a mom. Uh-huh. Yeah, even the pregnant part, I will say this. I know a lot of people, this is probably going to sound bad, like, oh, pregnancy is so beautiful. It's not. It's not. Like, you're uncomfortable.
If you want to have a baby, I want 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Julia. Okay. Do you consider yourself good at helping out around the house?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I try to at least. I work the night shift, so I purposely did that so I could be home in the morning and during the day to try to help with Sydney as much as I can. And, I take her to lessons and, to school and things like that. So I try to help as much as I can. I think moms are pretty good at a lot of those things, and I try to follow my wife's lead on a lot of those things because before having a kid, I didn't know the first thing about dealing with kids at all. So,
well, you know what? Funny thing is, I didn't. Like my first trimester, as they call it, which is the first 3 months of pregnancy, the smell of food annoyed me. So the only thing I could eat that I could tolerate was apples and cheese. Apples and cheese. Yeah, I wanted apples and cheese, and not just any cheese, the kind that you get in the store that's like square. Like, because there's certain types of cheeses you can't eat, but like if it was like cheddar cheese or something, sharp cheddar, I could do stuff like that.
Okay. All right, I told you I wouldn't be able to. Okay.
That's so sweet.